Okay, y'all. We back with the bullshit, y'all. What was gonna be 3 videos, honey, I'm just gonna condense down to one and address everybody in one fell swoop because it's like I don't got time for this. Because it's like, honey, now I see where Stormy was talking about this shit draining up on your energy. Because just to bring this shit up is quite depressing. And it's like it's already bad enough. It seems like every time I make a step forward, something always come and darn gone just throws a monkey in the wrench, honey. That might not be the the good choice of words considering the subject that we have to address here after dealing with these races. So y'all already seen the crazy bitch in the wheelchair, right? Pretending to be handicapped, stabbing darn on people down at the Black Lives Matter protest. Then you got the white man trying to shoot black people with the darn on bow and arrow. Then you got the man going through a whole crowd with a darn on 18-wheeler, riding like an 18-wheeler. I said, This is why Diva ain't out there. Because now I'm seeing on T.S. Madison page that y'all motherfuckers want to practice in darn on bigotry during this time. So that once again, even during the time where we're all under darn on siege, pretty much, where we've all had enough, y'all still want to darn on be bigoted and darn on attack darn on innocent trans folks. We got a transgender man that was killed over the weekend, a black transgender man, and a black trans woman that was attacked. Both by black people during this darn on times of rioting. And the woman was in the store. So before y'all go on that, was she trying to solicit? Was she a prostitute? No, it wasn't even on none of that shit. From what I'm hearing, she done bumped into somebody's car. The women darn on, instead of waiting for the police to come and exchange reports, they darn on want the jumper. And then the guys jumped in and tried to darn on attack the trans woman for some shit that the darn on other girl started, as opposed to if they would have just called the cops. Y'all doing all this damn shit in the midst of these darn on riots. And then y'all wonder why black LGBTs half the time feel like, honey, we should just sit this out and not say a damn thing, because once we get out there, this is the shit that y'all do to us. It's like, hell, she gone to the darn on, she done accidentally bumped into the chick car, and y'all ready to kill her. Other guy got in an altercation. Y'all actually killed him, the trans man. And then just before that, we was hearing about a situation about a trans woman getting attacked on the street. All of this in the midst of the Ahmaud situation. In the midst of the George Floyd situation. But here y'all is still clinging to that darn gone Bible of, we going to march for this one. We might march for this one, but oh no, we can't march for that one. We can't march for this one. But they still black though. But then y'all are darn gonna flip it and make it seem like darn gonna LGBT black folks are the ones that darn gonna practice the darn gonna separation. No, we see who practiced the darn on separation. And honestly, I'm tired of even darn on repeating myself like a darn on broken horse on the damn shit. Honey, I know one thing for certain, 2 things for sure. Let one of y'all folks darn on run up on Diva Wan up in darn on Fayetteville, North Carolina. Honey, y'all. And then it's like, ooh, I can't even say y'all can't even, y'all want to see our loved ones, because we still got restricted funerals. So y'all better pick 10 people that can darn, hell, you can't even be carried by 12, honey. Only 10 people can be at the damn funeral. Honey, and then a lot of y'all some big bitches. So I hate to see how that shit gonna go down fucking with me. You're supposed to be carried by 12. Some of y'all need to be carried by 24. But bitch, y'all fuck with me, hell. Y'all, they might just darn gonna just cremate you, darn gonna just call it the damn day. Because it's like, honey, can't have no more than 10 people there. How are they going to carry your ass by 24? Because I'm telling you, that shit would not happen with me, honey. You roll up on Diva One if you want to, bitch. I got something for that ass. that's going to eat. I don't give a damn if it's 10, 12, 15 people. Honey, I got a couple things up in my purse for that ass that's going to even the motherfucking playing field. And I know we supposed to be all kumbaya and shit, but honey, let me tell y'all motherfuckers one thing. Don't get it twisted. Now, I'm for my darn gone people. But honey, some of y'all can be some casualties if y'all come at a bitch the wrong way. Honey, some of y'all will be permanently laid to rest, bitch, if you roll up on me the damn wrong way. I'm telling you. I don't mind putting black, white, Asian, or anybody down fucking with me. And we just gonna leave it at that. Now, on to this darn gone total life changing situation, which made my heart so darn gone heavy. Because like I said, I understood where Coach Stormy was coming from. I understood it. Because like I said, just me mentioning this shit, it drives my nerves down. And it's like, I thought I was being productive. I'm darn gone building my credit up. I just got my darn gone letters telling me that they, the confirmation of my charge-offs on my account. I'm getting my credit score from the 500s to the 600s. I got my credit card in the mail a couple days ago. I'm using my darn gone credit card. I'm going to pay it off next week before it's time for it to report to the credit bureau, so I have a 0% credit card utilization. And I'm hoping, and then not even hoping, I know by the end of this month I'm going to be in the 600s club, if not teeter-tottering on 700. I know by the time I go back to work at the school in August, if they don't push that shit back, because you never know the way y'all riding and shit. And then Rona ain't gone nowhere. So it's like a half y'all motherfuckers might liable to be in the hospital. And I ain't feeling bad for the darn gone pretend allies who end up dropping dead in the next couple weeks. You want to be down there pretending you for Black Lives Matter, but you darn gone shanking folks on the low. Honey, if I see your ass laid up in Cape Fear, honey, I won't feel too bad for your ass. But for all the other ones who are, our white allies who are protecting our darn gone stores, our white stores, black stores, and, while also preaching black light, not that all lives matter shit, and we're going to get to, TLC with that in a moment, but to our actual honest white allies, I definitely, it just creates a awkward situation, because I see why some people be like, well, damn, you don't know who to damn trust. That's why I say you can't judge by the content of somebody's darn gone skin. You can't judge by their skin, but the content of their character. Because we've been seeing a whole lot of black folks attacking other black folks during this time. Just because they orientation or identity might be different from your darn gone biblical beliefs. Because that's what that shit stems from. You acting like you conscious, but you darn gone following that darn gone biblical darn gone beliefs that was darn gone bestowed upon you and your family by way of the slave master. Well, and the information was distorted and darn gone flipped to darn gone keep you in a darn gone oppressed in a constant enraged state, honey. But I digress. Y'all, but then it's like you got the few white folks who are out here on our side. And then it's like, you got this side on the bullshit. That's why I say you got to judge people individually by who they are. You can't darn gone blanket anybody, because honey, we done seen not all skin folk, it's not all kin folk and skin folk, however that saying go. Not all skin folk is kin folk, and not all white people either. Now coming to this all lives matter situation. A lot of people, and then some of my natives too. I'm going to have to dig up in y'all ass. Y'all thought y'all was hiding back in the cut because y'all 2% and nobody really mentioned y'all in this situation. Honey, I got to bring y'all in there because I seen some of my darn gone natives on this bullshit too. So Jack Fallon, when I darn gonna call you to task, honey, I'm calling you to task with honest love, because some of my darn gone white folks and native folks done this shit too. So this all lives matter bullshit. So Jack Fallon, who is the founder of, Total Life Changes. And I say this with a heavy heart because I was like, damn. And this is why I go back to my personal. Now I see what Stormy feels like a little bit with the, because it's like, goddamn, I just did a video hyping up the product, and darn on, I was about to sign up. I told y'all, give me a couple days, I was going to sign up and everything. And then you come out with this. It was bad enough Coach Stormy said her bullshit. It's like Coach Stormy, her ass ratchet. She darn on up there in her motherfucking $1 million house. She darn on so far removed from the black community on the damn low, that she don't know nothing about modern day events and stuff like that anyways. You see her quoting everything from darn on yesterday, honey. Talking about, and you know it's cute, you know, the Bob Marleys, the Martin Luther Kings, and the Malcolm X and all that. But it's like, honey, tell me of some modern day people lately, honey. Tell me of some people lately. Tell me of some modern day people. Don't go back to darn on 1932, 42, 52, 68. We still dealing with some shit today. You talking about you posted darn going Martin Luther King and all that. And you was complaining about losing one day of sales. And I understood where she was coming from, talking about how one day of sales can close a shop down. But my thing is this. If your business is so fucked up that one day of sales is going to close your shop down, honey, you didn't have your marketing stuff set up anyway. You shouldn't be darn on, you shouldn't be spending up your budget. And this is no matter whether it's high or low, high or low, high or low. You should not be spending every dollar that you have. Because we seen this shit with the darn on high dollar airplane industry. Y'all bitches done got bailed out already a time before. Same thing with the car industry. President Barack Obama bailed y'all out before black people. Done gave y'all a whole $1 trillion last time, didn't he? And here y'all is crying again, where the money go? Honey, with all them darn on prices that y'all be darn on getting up off of us, especially black folk, y'all be, a black person go in and a white person go in with the same credit score, yet the black person liable to end up with a higher interest rate due to some darn on superficial bullshit such as the address, the zip code that you live in and all this stuff that really shouldn't mount up to a hill of beans. If I darn gonna show the income, if I show the credit worthiness, I show the job consistency compared to my white counterpart, you should be tapping on no extra shit. But we done found out certain car lots have been darn gone tapping on extra interest rates to black folks and darn gone Latinos. More specifically, black Afro Latinos and darn gone black folks. Because, honey, the white passing Latinos, honey, I don't think they really dealing with this shit. Unless they slip up and start speaking in Espanol, honey. When you have that little dialect to your tone, that's when they start to discriminate. But if you're a Latino who don't have that dialect and you can pass for white for all intents and purposes, oh, honey, you ain't dealing with this damn shit. You ain't dealing with the shit. But, like I said, you got some people who are insensitive. Now, why I say that? Because you do have some people who honestly don't know where all lives matter stems from. And they say that acting like they are saying that everybody is included equally. And they really don't mean no harmful intent. Just like with Coach Stormy when she said that bullshit. You would think she would know better, but it's like, honey, Coach Stormy is worth, I want to say, she makes what, $1 million a month. She been making that income for some time now. It's safe to say that Coach Stormy is has a net worth of roughly about $15 million. She's been successful on and off for over 10 years. Yes, she's had a little hiccup and she fell back down to humble times. I wouldn't necessarily say she was piss poor, poverty, food stamps. I would say her definition of poor back in 2014-15 was maybe she dropped down to making about maybe $50,000-$60,000 a year before she jumped back into total life changes and she got her money back up. Stacking her paper. But she quickly became a millionaire within 7 months and she's maintained that since then. So she don't know nothing about these modern day terminology of Black Lives, because Black Lives Matter came up right around that time frame. And Stormy don't strike me as a chick that was darn on engaged in darn on politics back then. So damn sure not now. So I understand that certain people ain't going to necessarily know the terminology. You got to listen to the whole content of what they, the whole context of what they're saying to see if they really mean that all lives matter shit with some ill intent, or if they just really don't know. And Coach Stormy and maybe Jack Fallon. Now, I ain't get the whole grasp of what Jack Fallon was saying on that private live stream. But I'm willing to say that he didn't mean it with ill intent either. But this is a good situation where it's like sometimes celebrities just need to leave well enough alone. Leave well enough alone, because even when you're doing something right, I see why Jay-Z and Beyonce always stick to moving in silence, because when the shit's made public, y'all still have something negative to say. Beyonce's been vocal. Y'all have something darn on negative to say. She darn on got over 300,000 signatures signed on the darn on change.org. Some motherfucker still had something to say about, oh, well, the bitch can't speak right. Making fun of her darn on southern drawl. That's why I say y'all motherfuckers are always making stipulations of who should lead the charge and all this, that, and the third. But then when motherfuckers don't say nothing, then y'all wonder why they don't say nothing. And y'all always, and then the gag is y'all will always say Beyonce. Beyonce and Jay-Z, why they say nothing? Why they ain't do nothing? And they been doing stuff all this time, even before it was popular. Beyonce, honey, I can run her motherfucking resume all the way back to 2006. 2005, 2006, where she's been constant on donating and shit. Long before the first death happened. Long before Trayvon Martin, long before Sandra Bland, honey, Beyonce's been consistent on this activism shit. But she moves in silence, because when you are true about this, it don't have to always be notated. When you're passionate about this and when you're consistent about this, you don't have to do this on a blackout Tuesday and then go back to doing what you're doing on a Wednesday. When you are consistent, it goes without saying. It speaks for itself. Same thing with Jay-Z. Most of y'all didn't even know Jay-Z was instrumental in darn going pushing for justice reform, because Kamala Harris really wasn't saying the shit before Jay-Z sat her ass down. Jay-Z sat Kamala down. Now I wish he would have went with darn on Marion Williamson instead, somebody who was already there for black people legitimately, and not having to pretend to be black to do it. Once again, key example of not all skin folk is kin folk, especially when you're only 25% of the darn on skin folk. Got Kamala Harris darn on 25% African ass pretending to be a full black woman, talking about she know how to relate to the black woman pain, but you've been living 54 years of your life as a darn on Indian woman. And now all of a sudden within the past 2 years you want to act like you blackity black. Bitch, sit the fuck down. Like I said, not all skin folk, including the quadroons, not all quadroons are darn gone kin folk like that. Kamala, kill your motherfucking example, bitch. Honey, Marion is invited to the cookout before darn gone Kamala. I said what I said. I said what the fuck I said. Once again, Marion will be invited to the cookout. Andrew, we're going to give you the gold plate. We're going to give you the good old solid the gold plate, stack up for the family and the children. But Marion is invited all the way to the cookout. That damn Kamala, you better take your ass to motherfucking Jamaica, man, and have your darn gone mother. Oh, wait a minute, your father comes from Jamaica, honey. You better have your father folk darn gonna fix you up some oxtails and not some collard greens. Now, what does this have to do with Coach Stormy and Jack Fallon? Both of them done got their ass caught up in some hot water, being tone deaf to black issues. I understand we want to keep sales moving. I understand Jack Fallon has done wonderful in so many ways towards the black community as far as economics is concerned. And that's where we always tend to drop the ball, is on economics. We have a lot of people focusing on the criminal justice side of things, but where we do not progress is focusing on the economics. And we don't really have a true discussion on economics as far as building our own and stuff. Yeah, you have some people here and there talk about stocks and bonds and stuff. You know, you have your Boyce Watkins and stuff. But, you know, Boyce Watkins is of that older generation that don't really know about the new way of stuff. Like, don't really know about marketing as far as new age products and stuff like that. Like, he still speaks from the older generation. Even Phil, it's like, damn, Phil, you ain't even really that old. Like, honey, you just about 10 years older than me, honey. You act like you about 20 years older than me. Phil's only damn 40, honey. I'm 27. It's like he be speaking like he's 50. It be talking, but at least the darn you know, the honest intent is there. We don't have enough younger folks really talking about black economic progression. And it's nice to see Jack Fallon and Coach Stormy, you know, have so many young, vibrant people for all different walks of life, including in my field, the beautician industry, where, you know, we got shut down and we couldn't practice our services for over 2 months. And it's like, what we going to do? We have to have something to sell. And it does not necessarily have to be TLC products, but it definitely helped us because, once again, you didn't have to worry about building nothing off the ground. So I'm not saying but still, I'll definitely implore you to come out with your own products if you so choose and have your own stuff. It is definitely best to have your own products in addition to the convenience of something like TLC. And this is where the conundrum comes in. A lot of people getting on them talking about, well, you shouldn't have been promoting TLC on Blackout Tuesday because the owner is not black, so thus it's not a black business, this, that, and the third. But then on the flip side, you can say, well, it's the blackest darn targeted, you know, product that employs the most black people, that's gotten the most out of, you know, poverty. Hell, because I can tell you, I've done been in everything. I done been in Motor Clubs of America. I done been in Empower Network. Honey, I done been in Helu. I done seen about the proximity marketing gyms and shit with Royalty and all of that. And then their competitor that went out of business. And this business right here has done successfully, promoted, helped get a lot of black people out of poverty. So you can say, even though the origin is not founded by a black person, it helps black people. And that way, when you go to create your own business, you have the funds to start off with. Because, honey, you can easily say, well, you need to create your own darn tea. You need to create your own this. It only got this products up in there. You can go to Amazon. Okay, smart mouth. And the darn $15 tea that you're getting from Amazon that you can't darn resell and can't make no darn profit off of, that 9 times out of 10, that darn tea that you darn trying to say that's cheaper, that's also by a white company. What's the point, boo? Honey, it defeats the darn purpose. I hear half of y'all going at Coach Stormy talking about, well, y'all can go to Amazon and get this tea for less, but can you resell it though? We all know that this is a darn multi-level marketing company. Let's not darn play the funk now. We know there's a little upsell charge to the shit. They ain't never hid that. The thing is the product legitimately good? Is it doing what it says it's going to do? And is your payments coming on time? As long as they ain't cheating you on no payments, they ain't being skimpy. Like I heard about some other companies that I will not name. You know, checks were bouncing. People was going to the bank to cash the check. The check wasn't darn coming out right. And that was the same darn company that brought out Cherish Pads. Who now one of the owners of Cherish is in the Total Life Changes company. Honey, that'll be another story for another day, honey. But the thing is this, though. where Stormy and Jack Fallon missed the mark is when they were insensitive about what Black Lives Matter meant. Black Lives Matter does not mean that all other lives don't. We understand that all lives matter, but obviously most people don't understand that. Or we wouldn't have to differentiate. Because when it comes to the debates, and y'all know I done looked at all 12 debates, when we talked about reparations for black folks, honey, we had people laughing like Kamala talking about, oh, I ain't going to do nothing specific for black people. We had Bernie talking about it was divisive. We damn show Biden tiptoed around it because his darn on history. And then we had one woman who actually spoke for reparations. They made sure she didn't get on the third debate stage or nothing else, and that was Marion Williamson. Tom Steyer came in later on and was starting to talk about reparations. You see, he didn't get too far, and I actually voted for him during the primaries. And he fell out the same day. I voted for him I would never forget. I voted for him 9:45 that morning. Honey, by 9:30 at night, I got the damn news he done dropped out. I said, God damn. I should have darn gone voted for Elizabeth Warren. Sure enough, that wouldn't have helped because shortly later, Elizabeth Warren done dropped out. I said, God damn. And once again, for y'all that's new to my channel, I got my 2 fans going. Y'all know how that does with me and my nose. In this crazy ass southern weather. I got my AC on. My 2 fans going because this one vent cannot darn on cool me down. And this is why I was so happy to join TLC and start pushing the products to get up on out of here. Because I was like, okay, before I join, I got to make sure the products are actually good. So y'all know that I went and ordered by way of another person who's in the company because I was not about to wait 5 to 7 days just for my order to come in. Because I'm still waiting for my trial size from 2 weeks ago. It sold out. And they said it won't be back in stock to June 8th. And then they'll ship out from there. So I'm not going to see my darn on trial size of the regular NutriBurst until like the 15th of the month. And I ordered it last month. But it's understandable during these times. Everybody is trying to boost up their immune system. That's why another reason. Boost up their immune system. They're now out and stuff. And then you're protesting. You really need a reason to boost up that immune system. Some of y'all, and then when the riots go down, y'all want to go to the beach. Honey, get some of that quarantine rate off. Here comes the IASOT. Honey, I was ready. I had a whole marketing plan. And then darn gone Coach Stormy, who is like, Coach Stormy, I say this with much respect. She reminds me of the Popeyes lady. You know, she's so well known that you almost put her as the face of the company when she's really not. Like, most people confuse TLC with Coach Stormy before Jack. Like, most people know Coach Stormy before they even know Jack Fallon. Most people don't even know Jack. Like, Jack Fallon can walk in a store and would not even be recognized for all intents and purposes. Coach Stormy will be recognized before Jack Fallon, just because of how recognizable she is. It's just like the Popeyes lady, the black woman. People think she's the founder of Popeyes, but it's a blonde-haired white woman who's really the founder of Popeyes and the owner of Popeyes. So it's the same concept. And once again, not to say that there's anything wrong with that. Like I said, Popeyes employs a lot of black people, and I love they darn old chicken, honey. I'm going to be stereotypical. And I've grown to love the darn old... I've grown to have an appreciation for the TLC products, at least the NutriBurst that I had. I was like, okay, first it had that taste, but now after having it 3 days, I'm starting to get more acclimated. I told y'all it takes a few days for your taste buds to get acclimated to it, but I done got acclimated to it. I enjoy taking my darn on NutriBurst Plus every morning, and I look forward to comparing the regular NutriBurst to the NutriBurst Plus. But now I feel some type of way about referring somebody, because you got the face of the company being tone deaf and being dismissive of people trying to correct her on why it's important for Blackout Tuesday and all this. And even I didn't know it. Because at first I didn't understand where it came from. I thought it was a way to silence us as well. Some people were saying, no, you can still talk about black issues. You can still talk about anything that's pertaining to the positivity of black people, including getting out to vote. You had a lot of people later on talking about voting during that same day. People were promoting black businesses. So it's like, no, you could have still promoted your business if it was indeed a black business. But then this is where the confusion came when it came to TLC. It's like TLC is not necessarily a black company, but it has a lot of independent black business owners. So I was like, well, even though that the company is not necessarily black owned, it's like the independent business owners, over what, half of them are indeed black. So wouldn't that have helped out all the independent business owners if they still push the product? Because if we're going to go on semantics and say, well, just because the owner is not black, hell, we could say the same thing for, let me see, some of these hair salesmen. And we can say, well, hell, you going to the, you buying this hair from Quita, but her darn on vendor that she gets it from ain't necessarily black. Honey, she getting it from the Asian woman. None of y'all is getting darn on hair from darn on Mushia. Mushia is the only woman that I know who gets her hair from African sources. Her hair is derived from Ethiopian grade hair. Work them one-way curls. Work them one-way curls. Bitch, I'm straight. Honey, darn on Miss Mushia from cutting it in the ATL is the only one that I know who sells black vendor-based darn on hair. Every last one of y'all who's getting hair, honey, y'all still getting it through the darn on Asians. Unless y'all going through runway curls. I ain't seen none of y'all say, but if a black-owned darn on beautician was pumping the hair care products, I don't think y'all would have said, well, shit, the vendor still darn on Asian. We ain't going to buy no hair from you to this day. No, because it's still helping the darn on black company, right? So think about it like that for TLC people. It's like, okay, the main company is Jack Fallon, but the independent business owners and the compensation, half of the compensation is helping out a black person and helping build themselves up, thus building up wealth. So because when they build up their wealth, they can darn on branch off and create other companies. Well, as long as they don't compete directly. Like, obviously, you can't create your own tea and, you know, be selling it along with the ISO tea. I would imagine there is a non-compete clause in place in the fine print. It's in the fine print. It's somewhere in that fine print that most people don't look at. But when I join, best believe a bitch will be looking at the fine print to see what I can and cannot darn on sell, so I don't wind up getting my darn on account terminated, honey. But Jack Fallon, yeah, honey, you missed the mark. He like I said, he was just like some of my darn on white folks and native folks who was on that all lives matter bullshit too and thinking they was doing something good. Like, I seen one of my native sisters today talking about all lives matter, but she had a bandana on that had George Floyd's face on it. So it's obviously she wasn't saying it to be insensitive to black people, because in the same breath she was also supporting the injustices that was done to a black man. But once again, a lot of people don't know that All Lives Matter was created as a direct response to desensitize, issues that goes on specifically with black people. And I don't think Jack Fallon knows that. And it's understandable. It's like, this man is a millionaire. He's been one for over, 20-some years. He's been a millionaire for over 20-some years. And safe to say, the only black person he's probably been around that is the closest to the hood is Coach Stormy. But even Coach Stormy, by the time he got close with her, she became upper echelon successful, where she's Trina rich. She's darn on T.I. rich. Like, she has hood elements. He knows about the verbiage of black people from the hood, from the ghetto, as we say, from down south. Because, you know, I think Coach Stormy's from the 305, and, you know, this diva right here is from the 301, baby. He might know about some people's, you know, verbiage and our mannerisms, but he don't necessarily know about our struggles because, you know, Coach Stormy, she don't have those immediate struggles. And I don't think Coach Stormy was mentioning nothing about black issues with Jack Fallon in their spare time. So it's understandable that he has a very limited, you know, knowledge base of what's going on. And because, once again, I don't think he really has any black honest friends that knows about the struggle. Because, you know, millionaires tend to surround themselves with other millionaires, and that's not a necessary problem because you want to surround yourself by like-minded people that's going to elevate you up. Sometimes, not to say that you can't have a poor person, but when you surround yourself by too many poor people that, you know, dwell in the negative, dwell in the working mindset, they try to drag you back down to that level. So I'm not getting on them from not having no poor black person in his camp, but it would behoove him to have at least a PR person, maybe, especially since your company has over 50% of black people, a black person as a PR rep. Not me, honey. I'm not employing myself as the PR rep, honey. But maybe if the money's right, we'll talk, honey. But definitely employ yourself a black PR rep that knows about what's going on with modern day events. That way, if you're going to speak out on certain issues, you know what to avoid. And like I said, it was definitely a innocent mistake. I'm going to chop it up as. Now, if y'all show me a video of him saying the N-word or something behind the scenes, okay, then we got to have a whole different conversation. I'm going to have to drag you and roast you down and all that and scap you, honey. I'm going to have to, you're going to learn all the darn black verbiage today, honey, when I come and read you for filth. But I'm coming at you with honest, constructive criticism today because, once again, what I see of Coach Stormy and Jack Fallon is an honest mistake. Like I said, both of these people are millionaires, been millionaires for years. When is the last time they really sat down in anybody's town hall and learned about black issues? And you know the news in a good light. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, my time is coming up, y'all. I got to hurry on up. But y'all know the Fox News, CNN, and all of them are not necessarily showcasing us in an accurate depiction. So it's like they get a limited scope of who we are. So with that being said, I don't necessarily blame them for being tone deaf on the issue. Now, Coach Stormy, you know you was wrong for, you know, clapping back at people who was trying to give you constructive criticism. But then again, I can't be too mad at her because it's like, for every person who was actually giving constructive criticism, like me, you had 20 people who was going straight to say, oh, you cancel, and was throwing insults and all that. And it's like, well, hell, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. How the hell she posted receive y'all comments and change herself and learn if y'all are so quick to critique and tear the person down. You can't expect anybody to change if you don't politely highlight what they did wrong and tell them the steps of what they can do to change themselves. Now, after, people like me have done videos and have done posts and have made it apparent of what you did wrong, if we see a history that you continue doing this and there's evidence that shows that you have seen all of us tell you what is wrong, then it's like, okay, now you intentionally being blatantly insensitive to black people. And it's like, you can't have a company over 50% black ran, and TLC, over 50% of the people, IBOs, I want to say, is black people pushing the product, and then when you speak on black issues, it's racially insensitive. Like I said, now we can give you the pass because of the fact that we know that y'all do not know about our struggles and our situations, including Coach Stormy, who's been a millionaire for many years. She don't know too many darn broke people. Maybe darn on Funky not neither, but hell, I don't even think she really chops it up with Funky like that. And then hell, Funky is darn on middle class, really. I don't think she knows anybody who makes less than darn on $40,000 a year. So understandably, she don't know what it's like about how it is to get denied for certain loans, just based off of superficial shit such as your hair. How you can't even walk across the stage, like stuff like that. Even it's like, even if you have money, you are gonna still have some level of discrimination, and she hasn't faced that just yet, cause she has enough money where she can buy her stuff straight out. But if she ever had to finance stuff, and if she was in the South, she might darn gonna come across a little bit of pushback. But she haven't had that wake up call. And so we can't darn gonna act like she should know, and then she's never been in those situations. Same thing for Jack Fallon. Like I said, I don't think Jack Fallon has too many darn on black people around him, and that doesn't necessarily say he's racist. Because once again, how many of y'all black folks watching this actually have more than one white friend? So before y'all say, well, just because a white person don't have any black friends, that makes them racist, honey. Does that make most of your darn on family members bigoted? Because hell, how many darn on white people can y'all say y'all have around each other? So once again, you got to judge people based off of the content of their character and not the color of their skin or their darn on economic status. So, like I said, it was definitely an insensitive moment. They definitely missed the mark. Hopefully they learn from this. Hopefully both of them come across this video and, you know, take the gems out of this that I done thrown in and correct themselves. Get a good PR person to, you know, come out with a good statement to have them say, and move on from this and get back to pushing the teas and pushing the NutriBurst. I don't know how the tea tastes, but I can definitely say, honey, the NutriBurst is worth it. The compensation plan looks darn on promising, and providing on what they say in the next couple of days, I hope to come back and say I joined the company, and then a couple months from there, I'll be coming back and saying a bitch done made it to executive status, honey. But once again, it's contingent on what they do, because like I said, I couldn't in good faith still, you know, preach about, you know, the goodness of the products, because the product is really good as far as the NutriBurst that I've tried, the NutriBurst Plus. I've seen so many wonderful testimonies, and I hate all that to be thrown down the drain just for a couple minutes that was said that was a mistake as far as the way that they worded it, because I can sense that the intent was meant to be good, but once again the delivery just missed the mark. And I hate for a whole multi-million-dollar company that employs so many darn on wonderful people that have gotten themselves out of piss poor poverty and have, you know, paid off their bills and stuff, all that to be crumbled just because of missing the mark on a very important issue. So once again, hopefully they learn from this moment. And once again, no insults over here. I don't want nobody throwing no insults and stuff in the comment section. Once again, let this just be a constructive criticism moment. Hopefully both Coach Stormy and Jack Fallon, you know, come across this video. They learn something from this, and we can go ahead and move back to pushing the TLC products and darn on lifting a lot of people up out of the darn on rough, honey, including my darn own self. So hopefully what they say in the next few days will get a girl to go ahead and finally sign on up and darn on get me up out the darn on bro. So that's my thoughts on that, y'all. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Like I said, let's be constructive and not insultive. Like I said, they haven't done anything that warrants a dragging. So like I said, until y'all show me some evidence of something that's truly effed up, let's just keep it darn on constructive in the comment section. So that's it, y'all. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.